Nautilus, a champion he's very, very comfortable on.
Great with the Varus.
And I do actually think IG walk away with the better comp for me. I think that the Cassante is very good against the entire enemy team. That's really threaten the kill here, sadly. But you can see that Xiaohu is really not happy. 10 CS down already.
Gets the plate as well as Rookie. Can get a nice reset off with this one.
Flash and ult available for Rookie. It would have been an annoyance. The half HP is important, though. Maybe it means they can't skirmish as effectively right now.
Step forward onto Jirje. Worth noting, Grubs are up. Bit of a scuffle topside. We are going to contest over mid lane wave and potentially the Raptors. Sorry, Grubs, flash hook.
Flash forwards.
Let's get the charm after. Remember, no flash, no ult is likely a dead cow. Buying some time. That's a lot of damage onto Wei, who does survive for now. Wei blocking off the damage from the threaded volley. Xiaohu, no mana as well. That'll just be the pick for the side of Invictus Gaming.
Love the way that Rookie played that out. Got a really good double Q across 2 members, and he gets the kill.
Weibo on spawn. They did already get the first dragon. Invictus Gaming interested in getting involved. Xiaohu will spot Rookie out, warding him away from the river.
Yeah, this should be a fight though. Rookie on the flank, Wei coming in. Wei, where is that hook?
Rookie's trying to pick his moment to go over the wall. It's an early smite, but JJ secures. Now for the fight afterwards. Danger for the Pantheon, who's likely to go down. Rookie, wonderful angle. Still got a reset angle to work with. Elk has empowered himself, but unfortunately all the transcendence of the world will not allow him to get in and save Ura, who will die as a second kill goes over to Invictus Gaming.
It is.
Dark Steel stacks with the Ghost Blade in from the Varus. Pretty scary. Wei's got the Trinity Force as well, so some damage to work with there from the Wukong as well, who does begin to spike. Wei went looking for that play, doesn't land it. Hook goes wide. Now he's in danger. Chains of Corruption back. It's going to be a dicey turnaround. Wonderful turnaround from Wei. Means Jirje is not on the rift anymore. Push back with the Pathmaker from Soboro ensures that Ura falls as well. And Invictus Gaming are 2 to the good, and the attempted pick on the Nautilus goes well wrong.
It's another kill for Rookie, who picks up 3 same. Needs to clean up some of these deaths. Ult into topside. Rookie doesn't have ults.
He may well just be dead here. Ura's come around from the flank angle as well. Spellbook available to them.
Okay.
That's a good kill.
Good shutdown there. Removes 5 of those
Real
darks.
attempt with the Grand Starfall we've seen from Weibo Gaming, and they were falling behind just a little bit, so good for them. Bot side though, flash and Dway is here looking to return the favor in the opposite side lane. Step away from the hook, but Zucker's still got nowhere to go, and the Rumble is parts.
Dway, it doesn't matter if he misses that hook. Forces Zucker to go back into melee range. Does have that apparent dueling instinct.
That he does. Ura fighting Dway. Dragon Stardust would be Soul Point. We're going again.
There we are. Weibo, can they get themselves to Soul Point? I think it's going down a little slowly. Wall away from Xiaohu. Sobera back into the play. I think IG have got the better positioning now. Herald in position, you're right. It could be used as a Battle Herald. Could also just be slammed down mid lane. IG feels like they have the best angle onto this situation right now.
Look for the charge shortly. Rookie finds the charm on Jirje, who has to put down the Aegis Assault. Hook after. That's pretty deep, though. Shoved back on Dway, is now in a dangerous position. On the other side, Ura also low. Support for support.
Support for support. Rookie still has the charm. Flash away from Xiaohu. Rookie, that killer instinct on display.
Zucker with no flash in danger. The seismic shove goes wide. Soboro goes all out again, looking for more damage. Zucker in danger. The scrap shot buys him some time, but he's overheated, and the flame spitter runs out. Rookie resetting. Pull back with the Untofo strike, so Jirje also has to flash.
That's going to be an extra member dead from Weibo. I suppose they still have their smite alive, but I don't really think there's much they can do with it. Weibo will lose themselves the chance to...
For once, the terrain, cursing Nautilus got the hook, but only pulled the Pantheon back about an inch.
Hang on,
felt very tough.
Under tower.
Oh, Elk in danger, chains a corruption charm afterwards. That's not great for the Yunara, but they bought just enough time. Rookie with another ult charge, trying to get that last bit of damage. Does get it. Reset available, but where does Rookie run? Can maybe look to TP out.
It doesn't have the cooldown. You can't teleport. Zucker's going to die on the other side. Wei not burned down. Rookie is leading on a wild fox chase, I suppose, and he'll be a kill to Elk, the dead 80 carry.
At least gets that 1-for-1 there, I suppose. Does end up burning quite a lot there on both sides, but I think Rookie at some point really touched on crystallization. If we get a chance, we'll get to it. We're just looking at Rookie, but I think he'll be all right, so we might have a moment there to chat about that.
Funnily enough, the crystallization arguably led to the mid lane kill because it allowed that. What Rookie is going to be doing, saying, look, I'm ahead of the game. I'm going to go for that jump forwards to apply the burn onto everyone. Hang on, Photocaught in the mid. Oh, Photic, what are you doing there? Caught out in the mid lane, goes down very easily. Good pick off. Looks like Air have flashed forwards for the pick onto the AD carry.
Does get there successfully. Can maybe look for some more. That's a flash for the depth charge. Way also flashing for Way now in danger barriers. But to what end? Cyclone comes on through and the Yunara is dead. AD carry traded.
Resets.
Another kill comes on through and the resets are indeed through. Rookie, the additional threat. Who needs an AD carry when you've got a fed Fox Lady to do some work? That equalizer, really enough to dissuade.
Jojo just put the E in the wrong direction. That could have legitimately got him killed. More kills for IG. They lose their AD carry. Immediately slap back. Yeah, that's the items. Oh yeah, that
Silly.
one on the...
Plus it gives you ability haste on ult. You get 30 ult haste.
Okay, so it is just really... It's less survivable in a Hex plate,
Yes.
but much more DPS. Good charm there. Forcing the ult early. That's not a bad equalizer into the choke, though.
Way is going to be sat on the red carpet and just dies. Not bad turnaround.
I'm not sure what happened with the Warrior Trickster, but now they see the angle. Jway does get out for now. Where's that Pantheon going?
I mean, they've got to go onto Dwayne. Remember, Baron's up and they just killed the jungler. I think they can get quite a lot of work done here. Hook away. Rookie's going to be forced to ult. Zucker looking to get some slows over the wall. Flashes onto Ura. Zucker now actually pretty damn tanky at 2 items. We'll get another one. Rookie with 2 charges. Got a fair amount of damage on the burn across, actually.
Rookie threatens enough and does enough damage to dissuade the Baron play, but that is too...
most control of the
but
river
Rookie
right now.
does have a Zhonya's to put into play. Jway, can he get the hook? Yes, he can.
It's on to Ura. Seismic shove does not hit anyone. Xiao not really finding the options there. There's a chance to come shot onto Ura, who's just not tanky enough. Has to flash away. Cyclone comes on through. Way has to back out. Damage is good, but no one dies on either side.
No, but you do burn the Alistair flash and ult, and I wonder whether that's the go button for IG. You lose HP onto your support and jungle too, but I feel like you're more happy because you've got the extra tank in that Cassandra. You can just walk around the place. IG sticking around to push the mid lane, and Wukong's going to go take the dragon. Yeah, Weibo, they give up the objective. They lost too much of their aggressive potential by losing that Alistair flash and ult.
Don't have the Varus ult. Cassandra is going to stand in front of a couple members. Will Pathmaker to ensure the Seismic Shove doesn't really affect him.
I actually wondered whether Rookie could go forwards there again. Remember that Alistair has very little defenses up now. Dragon taken by IG, and the crystallization is going to be the end of this hurdle. As far as it would have been the end of it anyway. For Weibo, feels like they're just slower to the play. They did get to the dragon first, but they couldn't capitalize their position. But later in the game now, but you can see the logic, right? Baron is really what you need to end the game. Teleport coming in towards this. I think we will actually have a proper fight around here. There was a Hex Flash over the wall. Air trying to put a ward in and does. All hits onto the Alistair. Traded for his own.
Nice one to pick off. That didn't cost you too much. More HP, more stats, and that means Cassandra does more things when he hits you with all of his HP scaling, and of course resists scaling when he ults.
Oh, bloody hell. Look, I heard that tanks were really strong, and I somewhat believed it, but now I am very much seeing the light in a horrid way. Onto the dragon itself, and Xiaohu looking to wall off an angle. What is IG's approach to the fight?
It would be Soul for IG. Dway looks for the hook. The equalizer is pretty solid, actually. Gets Way knocked up on top of the red carpet. The smite bite is won by Xie, because of course it is. Dway needs to flash away, but it's into Zucker, who's got a great flame spinner angle. Sober on the other side, buying time for 4 members. Zucker flashes away. Seismic Shove doesn't quite work out. That's the GA done.
Rookie gets the reset.
Can look to get over the wall here. Has got the flash. Doesn't want to burn it. It's too risky with no vision.
And with the GA on Jeje, it would have made it very hard to get another reset. So we don't get Soul. Folks, we are headed into the true late game now. Beyond 35 minutes. 3 dragons apiece. No Baron take.
QSS for Yunara, by the way, as well. So even if you land that key charm, I think there's quite a lot here to keep that Yunara up and rolling. It's an auto
bad skill shots there. Actually, if that Q or that hook had landed, perhaps that would have been a winning angle. Hang on, they might go for the fight anyway. Here comes the Cassandra.
He is so huge. Wave flashing on in. Elk manages to dash away, but now he's not doing damage. Needs to back away and do something here. Rookie on the flank. Elk still gets the charm. That's a big moment. Sobro goes all out. Elk in danger. He can't keep running. The Seismic Shove just keeps the Cassandra on top of him. Sobro is such a problem. The Protoplasm Belt, the Omnivamp, and Weibo Gaming collapse under the level 20 might of a Cassandra.
Invictus Gaming get the late game team fight. A clutch engage onto Elk. A charm threaded through. The team fight lands onto the AD carry, and Weibo will face a defeat for their first game of 2026.
It took a while. We're nearly 40 minutes deep. Jeje's clutch smites, some stalling out around the objectives held IG at bay, but the final decisive.
Wondering whether Senna was going to be a bit dead in some ways, because you can't fast as Senna anymore because you have the bot lane role quest. You have to be the one farming, or rather, the support will have the other one flying forwards to the play. Weibo on the other side of things. I think they got the easier comp to play. Let's hear those gyros, shall we?
One, there is some action though. We may have to hold on listening to batting oil because Dway is getting added with death. Apparently, a little bit of dirt on top of his grave as he goes down for first blood. Weibo Gaming come out swinging.
All summoners.
A little bit behind.
Yeah, Mundo's business school. Definitely, working there. Thank you, Adless, by the way, for the subscription. We appreciate you. Way walking into the top side, looking to take out some of these camps there too. After first clear, going into mid game. Ooh. Hang on, yeah, this could actually be a proper dive. I mean, Mundo's still stealing away some camps. Zerka, yeah, he's just going to get CC'd down.
There's the ghost, there's the deadly... Sorry, the Dawning Shadow. Took me a second to remember the name of the railgun. Either way, it comes on
but
through.
Fun fact, first band ever to play on all 7 continents. They played in Antarctica in what, like 2015 or something like that. Hang on, Airhead does have his ultimate if he wants to go for an aggressive play again. Way in the middle of river, and we have got a black screen. What's going to happen in the fight? We'll find out next.
Come through the Dawning Shadow. JJ left low. Green goes the Rel. They get the kill. Slight buffer, but the result is still we avoid the death of JJ on screen. But he does die, I promise, guys. Rune Prison comes on through. Scout of the week. Xiaohu does buy himself a bit of time, but they could potentially look for even more here. The health bar is low, but they don't want to risk the turret dive.
That was a literal facepalm from me. This is... Folks, when you do away with an official broadcast, this is what you get, folks. You get the bootleg, and then you see what's in the bottom of the chute. Stun onto Rookie. I'm not sure they've got enough to finish him off here. Great route from Photic.
Ooh, my days. That last embrace caused some flash to get blown. Rookie also flashed as well.
Oh, gosh. Just another day here in the LPL. I'm appreciating that both these teams are willing to pull the trigger, though. Rookie.
Again, I shouted it out in the pre-show, but Noam Watley, who's a really big Tom Kench main, does a lot of really good educational content in general about top lane and matchups. Did a really good little visual guide to where the top lane role quest stuff actually does kind of work with.
Here, Sam.
Way is indeed under threat. Does manage to walk away. Are we turning this one around, though? You're absolutely right. There is the unstoppable force of the backline. The deadly... The Dawning Shadow, rather, comes on through. Elk does get that kill onto Rookie. Turnaround damage as the Rune Prison comes on down, but Rookie is so dead. And Dway about to fall down. Decent piercing dollars buys some time, but not that much more. Flash away as the last embrace lands. And they just get double kills onto Elk, which is great news for that Kai'Sa. Sobro flashing on in, gets the slowdown from the item. Big Q as the culling of the meat continues. The Cathian Rain from Elk getting slowed down as Photic doing a lot of work, forces a cleanse. Way can look to throw down a few more cleavers. They need to get out from under the start. The health bars do not look great. Sobro really aggressively playing. Does manage to slice away. Photic's still here.
Yeah, Photic, if he's around the corner, he could have looked for another W there, but Sobro rocking out with his croc out, goes up for the flash E into Strybreaker to continue.
Weibo Gaming have got the win condition and Elk rolling.
Elk is playing a lot better than the first game. He's on a fed Kai'Sa, and you know, that's a champion which he has been very, very consistent on throughout his career. Herald put into that mid lane. There's crystallization also available in that tower too, so this could be a full kill tower if they get a single auto attack afterwards for that extra amount of damage onto it. I don't think they'll be able to do so. And hang on, yeah, Rookie gonna find Airhurt, trying to wrap around the back of that mid lane turret, but again can't quite get themselves into range to get the extra damage onto the tower.
Sobro, though, given alone time topside, who has become a bit of a menace again. He's having a very good series here.
He is. You know, his Demacia Cup was already fun. I thought there were some moments where his individual play was a little bit more lacking. Rookie using the ult to get towards bot lane safely. If he had gone through bot jungle, chance of getting jumped on by the Malphite. Gets towards bot lane safely. Weibo doing quite well at actually hitting turrets in the last few minutes, though. The gold is not crazy out of proportion. Dragon, of course, went to them the last time as well on the Chemtech Rift. 2-1 now, and that Weibo done quite well in both this game and the last one, getting ahead in terms of those dragons early.
Not the most stacks from Senna, it's worth noting. One of the problems with farming Senna. The only person I've seen get crazy numbers from that kind of thing was Leave.
Yeah,
some insane stats last year.
Oh, yeah, the Syndra special. Drag it away, buff steal for free. Hang on, they've caught out Photic because he walks into the bot jungle.
Oh, and Elk gets to ult across. The killer instinct gets him in range. Way now in danger. Will need to blast Cone away, but that's leaving two of his members a little out to dry. But in the 2v4, I wonder whether Way feels it. He's pretty damn strong here on the Monday.
He is, and JJ missed his ultimate in the midst of that play. Rookie over the wall, popping that ghost, using that combat summoner, and they're continuing the fight in the 3v4.
Dway is low. Does he really want this? It would be the death, but he's going to go over. Not the best Magnet Stormer buys some time for himself to die. Way's lost his ult. Rookie gets ulted, buys some time, and doesn't quite die as yet. Flashes away. Way now falls as well, and Invictus Gaming tried to roll the dice in the very uneven fight and just come up with nothing.
IG's instincts get the better. Onto Dway in their support role. Maybe he could have stuck around for the damage that they needed, just a little too far from the rest of his team. Elk flashed out of that combo. Crystallized on mid lane turret, though, means that it goes down.
And he doesn't have flash, does have cleanse. Elk low, manages to ult away, buys a lot of time as the teleports come flying. Dway now incredibly deep and falls. Turret goes down, but Weibo Gaming get the kill on the back end. They're still going to be forced to retreat. Additional summoners and TPs down.
Ooh, good route there, almost stops the back there too. But despite the fact that they get the kill, they lose so much HP that they can't stick around to defend their turret. How much of this is going to fall? This could be a full turret, folks. Half of it's gone down, 2/3. That's going to be a full turret push from IG.
I think they've got grubs as well. Difficult to tell on this new overlay. I'm still trying to figure out where that is on the overlay. Either way, they do get a lot of work done. Zucker at least trades for the top tier 1.
You are completely right. Grubs are just not on the overlay. Yeah, grubs are just not on the overlay. They'd had them because they were spawning them, but I didn't know they were there. All right, okay, fair play. That's something which we'll give that as feedback, I suppose. Buddy walking up. JJ does have his ult back up now.
Last embrace, flash away. JJ now in a very precarious
10 seconds
position.
Away.
Oh no, he's going to take a lot of damage. Auto Q comes on through the piercing. Darkness is there, and JJ is just dead.
Here comes Sobero. He can teleport in. He does have the flash available as Renekton. Back off from Weibo. I wonder whether this it's well and available now, though, in 2026.
Start running it down, especially with JJ off the board. Burning it down, running it down is slightly inappropriate with League terminology, isn't it? That's a decent turnaround, though. Spellbook Smite is indeed there. Still secured. Too much HP to work with. Sobero now slicing, dicing, stride breakering forward. Gets hit with the unleashed power. Flash from Zucker. Megadar. Elk in the backside. Icathian Rain is as cynic as hell. Way now here. Crunch over the wall. Rookie scattered and is too weak. Flash on forward from Way. Hits him with a briefcase. Trying to get another cleaver. Doesn't work. And Elk murders everyone.
Elk has arrived! The king of all the beasts comes through on this rift. Wouldn't normally think of that prey animal having predator instincts, but, well, Elk's Kaiser certainly has that. Cleans off every Baron buff away from Invictus Gaming, which was so hard-earned. Elk with a 4,000 gold lead. We have really criticized this AD carry for game 1 for Demacia Cup, but he's come in flying colors in this game too and brought Weibo perhaps the victory in that team fight they need to turn this game around.
Wow. Damage from a Kaiser and 5k from a Nah.
Onorex, I think you just woke my dad with that hype that's on you for not having your volume low. That's a Sam special, folks. We'll get you up right and early in the morning. Hurricane now built up for Elk. Trying to unlock things onto Dway. I think Dway's just dead here, folks.
Scatter the Week comes on through, and Elk donated another 1102, 4.5 items deep. Reminder, AD carries get an extra item slot these days for boots, so they can get towards 7 items effectively.
Yes, well, yeah, they get themselves like the full 6 items, and then the boots on top of that too. Those boots, they're put onto your role quest instead, so he gets himself an extra item slot to use. Significant gold lead now. Getting out of that play. Turret will fall. Weibo starting to group up and getting some more impact now. And again, IG struggling to actually make an impact. And the problem is now, I don't think Sobero can have the value which he needs to into this late game. I don't think he's going to one-shot someone like Elk. I don't think he's shotgun through the team for PL2. IG, they needed to get ahead of the game. They had that golden opportunity. That Baron fight, they just went too far. Things fell apart. Weibo using that crystallization to tear through turrets. And that's going to be Sobero caught out.
We'll manage to get the dominance off briefly, but even with the Dawning Shadow coming across, really all it is a 21-gun salute to the top laner's death.
Yeah, he's jumping forward there, him missing. Rookie pushing on the other side. That's the important part of this equation. You'll get the crystallization on the inner turret. That'll be a good chunk from it. And this is where we start to learn. Can you actually cross-map? You're selling me on this, Sam.
It is unreal silly.
Okay, yeah, so mana synergy for the mana synergy champion. Wonder what that could work out like. So, Minotaur Dragon now, and that item may come onto the 4. How much can Rookie do? Can he do enough damage to carry a team fight, which seems to be very difficult? Way he's caught out. He doesn't have flash. Does he pop the ultimate soon? He's quite tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough.
No, he's only HP, unfortunately, into a lot of HP shredders. This can be a very deep TP. We'll get the additional shield courtesy of the empowered TP. Elk's jumping on him. Will be forced to cleanse as Sober immediately decides to show him a ruthless predator. Fight on the other side. Rookie forced to back away. Is actualizing, making the mana real, but will maybe need to realm warp out. Slow down, escapes for now, but here comes Elk, landing those Void Seekers. Flash from Zucker. Dwayne tries to land a Shattering Strike. Rookie lands a last overload, but it doesn't kill the Gnar. And Invictus Gaming fall apart.
Huge mistake from Wei, collapses IG's position around the dragon as Weibo used that follow-up damage of Elk to fly into Renekton and remove all remaining threat from IG. That will buy them the Chemtech Soul, and realistically, that's the death knell. They're too far ahead now. You don't even lose the GA onto Elk. He has the extra luxury item slot, of course, because the boots go off of your inventory. You can pick up something else for free. Weibo, pick up Chemtech Soul. I think Photic has been just utterly bot diffed this game. Early on, survived a couple of plays, but despite Photic being one of the better center players of all time, he has really struggled. Look how little damage he's doing. Folks, this is 30 minutes in. Your AD carry is meant to be just a walking warhead at this point. Can't do enough as it stands. And Photic has left IG in a very undesirable position.
He's level 14. Everyone else is so far ahead with the exception of support.
Sobro.
Xiaohu. That's not bad going. Lots of damage onto the center. Sorry, make that the Syndra going down with the Dawning Shadow. Crashing across multiple members. Redemptions fly. The fight still daisy as Zucker into the backside. Elk goes in with the killer instinct. Photic gets jumped on but flashes out. They still haven't managed to kill anyone else but Xiaohu as Weibo Gaming punish the death of their mid laner. As Wei needs to flash away with the maximum dosage running. Misses another cleaver.
A miracle flank can only get a single kill. That is what they've been reduced to. Wei on the Mundo doesn't have the stats to really stand up and fight either. And now Photic has gone to almost 7,000 gold in the deficit. A 16 kill Kai'Sa. Elk, the criticism that has been leveled at him, yeah, it's been for a short part of the year. Demacia Cup, just that first game. Reminder, folks, this is still world finalist Elk. 16 kills deep on Kai'Sa and showing no signs of stopping. Baron started. Quite low, though.
He does have a GA. Teleports flying. They haven't spotted on the flank. Photic in danger potentially here. Ghost but no flash. Down to 8,000 HP. Way still around. They jump on him. Had lost his passive. Now in a dangerous position. Down to 10% HP. Oh my days. That force of will puts Way down desperately low. Baron secured. Arrow to the backside. The Zeke's converted flying as the quickness comes on down. They lose another 2 members. Bot lane is down. Way on 5% HP. Flash. Scout of the week goes wide. The force of will does not.
There you go. That's the outplay button. Syndra takes down Wei, as Wei had a bit of a difficult game himself. Weibo, first game, I think they just got a little bit piled on by IG. IG have struggled to find that aggressive angle, though, coming into game 2. Weibo, much better in the team fights, much better from Elk, a player which we were looking to see a step up from, and we will be going to a game 3 for our first series of LPL 26.
The Nexus turret stand between Weibo and a third game. Rookie tries to step forwards, can still look to make mana oh so very real. Zucker with the ult into the wall. There's another one of those heroes for the team. Elk, still deadly, still dangerous.
Ooh.
Rookie tries to get the Xiao, who can't quite get the kill. The shield's there for the Ceres, but the Nexus turrets are falling. There's nowhere to go. Photic tries to fire the rail cannon, but it just doesn't work in practice. The Nexus cracks under the weight of Weibo Gaming's consistent pressure. We go to 3.
A 19 kill Kai'Sa game for Elk. In a hot minute. Weibo trying to play the anti-dive. I don't think they're very tanky. They have to land some clutch CC like the Cassiopeia ult as people dive into it. Cassiopeia's quite dragons good. Even if they were losing the fights themselves. IG get on the board early with this one. A Mountain Dragon will be very nice to have in the back pocket. The extra 4% resist stacking up. And, you know, this series, it's been very interesting to see how both these teams approach the objective fights. I really feel like IG have came in, I think, actually as slight favorites because Demacia Cup champions. Weibo look not fancy 18. It has been a hot minute since he pulled out the Snake Lady. Waste going bot side has level 6, and that could be a very dead Nico.
Boy, they've just popped her. No chance to throw down the shape changer. Elk will spark surge away, but flashes the wall because Jay was in range to flash, potentially stun him with no.
Not great there from Cerberus. Just gets a little bit of a love tap onto the Jax. Doesn't do that much besides that.
Guess happy enough, gonna walk into that.
He's
Does
dead.
it in Grandmaster's Might? That does the bash back.
He's dead.
They're gonna try and make this happen. Flash away, doesn't quite die.
Oh, I guess suppose he had a little bit more tankiness than I was expecting. Zucker committing the flash, blowing it out of Sobro to Xiao, who's still no flash himself.
Throw down the Between Worlds. Can't quite get over the wall as a result of the miasma coming down. Rookie has to flash away, but a flash on in for the Pop Blossom. Dwayne now here, petrifying gaze on two. Into the Crescent Guard, and Weibo Gaming win the skirmish in mid.
Xiao Hu outplays Wei, who could have stepped back a little further to use his ult. That will get another plate for Xiao Hu. The champion has not played in 8 years. Is really coming up clutch here for Xiao Hu. Great early laning phase. He's gotten the better of the rookie. Hands held high by Linkin Park. That's what was on my mind. Good song, by the way.
It is a great song.
Hang on a second. Quad under turret. Sobro takes tower aggro. That's a mistake.
Does have an explosive cask though, so we'll say here Zucker have a drink and tell him to back away. Wei will trade with JJ. Prevent the easy jump onto Sobro here. It does take quite a lot of damage here as the 3 talent strike knockup comes on through. We'll have to ult his way through, but there's a Pop Blossom. Dwayne goes in, trying to buy time, but really doesn't do that much. TP's flying. Rookie now here. Between Worlds gets 3 members. Photic has run up as well, and they do kill off JJ. Ends up being the 1-for-1. TP on through. This could suck. Xiao Hu tries to find a bit of a turnaround as the Tangle Barb slow. Overcomes Elk, and Weibo Gaming counter-strike their way into a back-end play that will surely earn them the team fight win.
While they try and counter-strike their way in to defuse the situation.
Yeah.
The ones on the outside of the scoreboard are the roll quest, which is...
I was like, I just missed an item? No, I just had.
Where does Cassiopeia wear those boots? They could be a hat roll, you know. Hang on, flash forwards after the flash away. Wait, very dead there, I believe. He should... Well, we're just going to watch it again. It'll ping forwards in a second. Wait, I think he's quite dead there.
Yeah, great catch there. Does lead to that death. We'll skip forwards briefly, but the damage is well and truly done. I think Weibo Gaming now just in a really good position in this game.
Yeah, much more solid game for him now. Again, the laning phase wasn't fantastic, but the engages have been fine. He's made up for that now. In the end of the day, if Nico lands a big team fight ultimate or a good pick, you don't tend to care as much. Sobro gets a great combo onto Xiao Hu, just solo kills him.
Oh, that's a wonderful little moment. And Gragas with the ability to bop you under tower.
Gosh.
Ensures the snake dies.
Wow. Another note here too is, you know, Sobro falling behind in the individual matchup versus Zucker. Zucker is going towards AP Jax, by the way. He's gone for the Dawn and Dusk Spellblade item, which helps him get that double tap of his ult passive onto someone with the extra auto. It's not Triforce, and Jax has forever been the Triforce guy. He's going from the Dawn and Dusk into the Seeker's Arm Guard for the Zhonyas. We'll see how powerful this build is, but you know, he's got very powerful on-hit effects now to apply.
Yeah, and I wonder whether it's specifically into things like the Gragas and the Aurora, where you don't get to do extended trades very easily. Just going for the
either like second or third item. This again, he's a hybrid champion. He gets a bunch of different value out of AP and AD. That might come in later. I think in a game like this, where you have to survive through Gragas combos and Bessa ult, Leona as well.
Baron changes things around. There's that ability to burn it down pretty fast as both teams, but Weibo in particular with Cassio Zeri to be able to do that quite fast.
Oh, Elk jumping out.
And the backline, look who's there. Sobro, they've managed to find the ult. Perfect execution. Public execution, rather. No Akali in this game. Still leads to the death of that Zeri. Continue to chase for a little bit more. Sundering Slam comes on through as Sobro flashes the wall. Maybe look to belly slam in, gets that empowered Drunken Rage auto. JJ on top of the barrel roll. Wei will continue to Drake count step, throw down the chilling smite, and ensures JJ falls as well.
Sobro flashing, knowing it might be in a bit of an extended kill, but they can do it all the same. Zucker says, screw this, I'm out. Follows the wave down beyond the bot lane fight and just starts hitting the tower. Jax might just be able to full kill the turret. Lots of
so fast.
He's going to just completely destroy it. This is the power of split pushing in 2026.
They can try and collapse on him, but I think he's happy enough with the trade. One extra kill for the turret feels real good.
He might be able to outplay this. Does he want to try? He's not popped the ult. Okay, here comes Echo.
That's exactly the plan. The Pop Blossom comes on down. Zucker will at least secure one on his way out. Leap Strike has got the blast code. It's going to be a mega one, so he hops away. Has he got a ward to get into the back? And he does, and he's out.
Zucker goes into the bot lane, takes the inner turret, kills one on his way out, and still escapes without using Seekers or Flash. Dude, get that into the montage play for this week. That one... Jungle. We know that Ambassador Jungle very powerful from what we've seen from Demacia Cup and Casper Cup. JJ jumping on Sobro. He's level 16. Jax came around the corner though, so that could be a bit more. No, it's not Jax, it's the Nico. How do I keep falling for this? And now Air caught out.
Ooh, blasted into the wall, but not back to the team. Turns around with a pop blossom. TP behind. Zucker's got a counter-strike. I'm assuming there's violence occurring, and indeed there is. We get a slight replay. A redux of this one. Shui is now in danger. Little skip forward. Xiaohu is on the side now, as I believe we have seen Shui die while we had that slight stutter.
Yeah, dude. The kill feed is up in the top right-hand corner, which is a little bit small, but it is there. And now, with the dragon spawning, IG will now have to fight this from a member down, and Weibo... It's not even a mic punch. It's a full-on mic kick from Sam as he rearranges himself. That's the ultimate for Caspier, missing out of that brush, trying to mind game. Sobro doesn't quite end up working out that way. Hang on, Elk, he was caught out here a few minutes ago. Pops the ult to wave clear, and this time he's more safe.
Does get to step forward himself between worlds. Turnaround flash on forward, knocked away briefly. Elk desperately low, takes one with him. Does finally fall. Jeje now low, goes down as well. Wei gets another. Suddenly there's Ambessa is popping. Zucker in the backside can maybe look to go on forwards. Massive up front burst of the AP Jax. Bouse, is that you? He started a revolution. Takes a few new items, but apparently AP Jax is here to stay. Xiaohu now in danger himself as the turret falls. For all we were as surprised by Zucker's damage, he did still die. And now the Snake Lady is about to become a pair of boots. She might be able to wear them, but in fact that move speed gets her out to safety.
Safe enough. Very tanky Cassiopeia build. Bloodbath in the mid lane. Dragon goes to Weibo, turret to IG, and the kills go in favor of them too. Depends if you count Joy before the Dragon fight. I'm not personally going to. I think that was separate.
With a little bit of time, might be asked to face check with it. Barrel rolls, backs away. Onto the Dragon now are IG. Weibo forced slightly off. Look at Zucker.
Rookie's on the flank. He comes down. Taken by IG.
Nicely done. Cheers to win that smite by Wei now in a dangerous position. The repudiate means nothing. Slight black screen moment. We come back and we watch it all over again as Wei
we watch him die again.
Hot Blossom comes on down and they will get another kill. Weibo are winning the extended fight, and that they do. 3 members dead every time there's a fight, guys.
Everyone thank LPL Nocturne for blacking out that fight. It's
bigger
just
objective. That they will. Baron under siege by Weibo. Will likely just get melted at this point. Does so at that. Trying to get that mid-lane tier 1 crystallized value is pretty good. Barrel roll comes on down. But again, it is Tank Gragas with very limited amounts of AP. So not really a true threat. Then we'll have a look at this replay.
It will be whilst remaining safe from Zucker. Photic has very much struggled to do that. Again, his game 1 was fine. But Photic... I was a little bit worried that he missed it either. Still probably going to lose the overall trade. Sobro struggling to wave play through the Baron minions.
Does indeed. Weibo Gaming look a little bit careful there as they back away from the red buff. Photic still trying to find his way.
Now, I think coming out of this draft, IG would have assumed, and I assumed too, it was actually more about, well, can the other team peel for Elk? I didn't really consider it about
AP Jax and Nico.
Yeah. It turns out that AP Jax and Nico completely remove one of your carries from existence. Well, what do you know? Tower's going to go down. IG can't defend that one with the Baron buff having one last wave left in it. IG staring down, not a crazy Baron power play. It's only 1,600 gold, but it's enough to push them back into their...
IG coming from the bottom side of the map.
That is just such an unreal powerful Jax. He's going to come around on the flank angle.
Baby.
Spotted has the GA. He might just go anyway.
Photic tries to back away, gets knocked up by the 3 talents.
Where's he
Photic
gone?
just gets hit by the Pop Blossom. It's a good turnaround for Rookie, though, this time. That between worlds is decent. Photic now trying to play up, but Zucker can just hop forwards again. And it doesn't matter. The series 2-shot range. Wei misses his public execution. And Weibo Gaming throw everyone in the bounce house. The counter-strike lands, but the Mega Blast Cone does get Rookie out to safety. Despite a good between worlds, it does not lead to a teamfight win.
That's going to be the soul going over to the side of Weibo for free this time, and the fight along with it. And yeah, it's too late now at this point. They were struggling to finish off the kills before. Now trying to do that versus a Chemtech Soul is a bit much. Stun does land onto Nico. That's not your target, though, is it?
Wei now in a horrible position and goes down for the attempted pick. I don't blame them for looking. They're kind of out of options, so you go for what you can.
And they find a whole load of nothing. IG, Demacia Cup champions coming into LPL 26. We thought, hey, you know, actually, they've started off pretty well. Game 1, more of the same, but haven't been able to keep that real teamfight chemistry up at the same level. Zucker, level 20. Yep, that's 2026 for you. Baron going down. Sobro looking.
That's not bad into the public execution, but it knocks Elk further from the end, so it goes to the wrong end of it all, and so Elk survives. Finally, for the moment, though, Wei gets a hold of them. The fight's still messy, as they've lost the bot lane. Baron goes down. I'm not really sure what to say about that one. It looked messy to start with. And at least they get the Zeri.
Not for the first time this game. Wei walks too far forward, so Flash Force Photic is very dead here, I think.
It's knocked out on that one.
Oh, maybe not. All right,
Yeah.
fair play, Photic. Well, it might be an extended retreat. They don't quite see him there. Can he walk through the fog of war? Where is he? Trying to do some alcove gaming. He doesn't have an empowered recall, though. I think this Sivir, playing a bit of cat and mouse, it's still going to be found out the hard way. GG. Photic goes down. Dead again.
Zucker has already attacked that inhibitor turret, takes that one down. I'd love to see that replay, because I'm fairly certain Sobro, with the ult of the Jax, meant that suddenly Zeri was no longer the back of the ult from the Ambassador.
True, but even I don't think Wei would have hit him with a free ball ult anyway.
Pretty sure it looked like it to me, so I'm curious, actually.
Whoa. Was the last target in line for that ult?
The mid lane inhibitor turrets, they go. Weibo Gaming step into the base, knock down the turret, and look at the inhibitor after. Sobro tagged by that Wimber comes lightning, goes looking, and he finds JJ, who just doesn't care. Zerkin could look to go for, he's level 20! He's so terrifying. Sobro buys a bit of time. The public execution of the backside. That's not bad. They've killed him. One carry down, but is it enough? Looking for some more. Counter-strike available. Petrifying Gaze is just too much. Alongside Zucker hopping onto the backline and spellblading everyone in the face. AP Jax is here and is absolutely deadly. Hits like a warhead, and Weibo Gaming will win the first series of LPL 2026.
It was a rough game.
Shu picks up his Renekton. He was doing unspeakable things for JDG last year on this champion. Was really hard carrying on it. So we'll see how he, with Draven at level 3, with Samira, Rel lanes, and really leverage some very aggressive plays.
Looks like we're going to get a big fight over this bot lane scuttle, which could really be a big difference here. Appreciate you there, Vasu. Into the bot lane, bot river we go, onto the Malphite.
50 months for a great timing for that to come on through, as we've got ourselves our first skirmish of the game, which Top Esports come on top out of. Could have phrased that slightly more elegantly, I am sure, but the long result is Top Esports win with that initial kill. Fight after.
Gala and Vampire, they get the root onto Jatchi.
Barrier, trying to crash down in front. That's really nicely timed from Fenrir, but it doesn't lead to anything better. The Triumph healing and Gala is just better this time around.
So close. Fenrir very nearly mind gains them. That root from Vampire.
Oh, no.
You know what?
Dragon's sake by Top Esports. That's more important, isn't it?
No, it's not. We're coming back to this conversation. I think
that wasn't your primary target anyway, but getting that flash off of the immobile Jhin, that's important. Can Ginger go on to Cream now? Shockwave in there.
Nayo's looking for a potential angle over. Cream will go over the wall. Ginger might trade. He goes in, flash ults, and brings down Cream. Attempted public execution under the turret. Honku in a dangerous position as Nayo dances around. Can't really find too much more than an escape.
Quick combo from Ginger. The flash ult from Malphite, very hard to react to. Cream did have flash. I'm not going to lie, I think maybe Cream would...
You know what? Sure. Why not?
Hang on, potential onto Cream again. He has flash. Doesn't get out.
We're Alex. Silver solo Q strats live and well in the LPL. Malphite Oriana.
Jumping forwards.
Okay, public execution into the Magnet Storm. It's going to be at least something back. They do kill down Vampire.
He even uses the ult, and he dies before it goes off. It goes on guy who has been the engine room of the teams. Maybe internationally he struggled a little bit. No, Ginger. Who gets that, actually? I think it was Ginger.
Yeah.
Nayo didn't end up getting it.
He was right there next to him. I don't know whether he didn't want to smite with it. Just out of range. Either way, won't quite find the attempted steal away. Bot lane, though. Gala's fully all-inning. Has managed to transcend himself and gets a kill on Jatchi.
No flash on Jatchi. Gala knows he has the damage. The Kraken Slayer completed. Jatchi only on boots and components. Gala runs him down.
We did wonder, didn't we, about what this bot lane would look like between Gala and Vampire. A little bit of experience to back up the young blood of Vampire. It's looking so far so good. Fengue caught up with the Pop Blossom, hit with the Wheel of Cheese. Honku will throw out a command attack. And Fengyue will go, fair enough, I don't have any responses to that.
And this is more of what we saw earlier on in Demacia Cup from JDG. The finals was a capitulation from them, but their laning strength before that was very, very good. Now walking forwards, he's alone though. My dude, that is not where you want to be. Between a rock and a ball place. He goes down.
Kicked
in. LPL Jachi is good. Fengyue, I think he can grow into something better, but this is a guy with precious little experience up on the tier 1 stage. We need to see more from him. And Nio, I don't mind him, but I don't... Hang on, Gala.
Nice! Free balls it. Gala now in danger. Managed to Kanbei step away briefly, but there's an ultimate round. And the flash, Pop Blossom. Vampire, gorgeous counter engage. Helps bring down the Ambessa. Nio, stylish moves, but no real follow-up.
Yeah, Vampire, I actually wonder if that's an overinvestment. The flash forwards, it does get
This
onto the
combo
bot,
causing trouble. And congratulations to Gala, who's now picked up his 3,000th kill. Been playing since 2019 and has found himself some pretty high levels of success. 369. Potentially in danger as Junja begins to thunderclap around a little bit. Is very good at those tanks, and Honku presses Q and W. And it's just QQ instead for 369, who's going to have to spend his time crying. Pull back there with that shockwave, and Nio is left whimpering.
And now that means that Nio maybe can't defend this topside play again. The reason why this is so easy for JDG to do is because they've completely controlled the midsection of the map. You know, Gala can push up like this. Jachi can't really push out. They do catch someone on the retreat. Honku goes low.
Does go golden, can buy some time, flashes over the wall, buys some time. There's a command stack over the wall, and we go black, so we're going to have to assume the violence is still commencing.
So
it is
it'll
indeed.
flip forwards again.
Xiaoshu has managed to TP in with the empowered shield from that teleport. Did get a kill onto one additional member by the looks of it.
Fengyue ended up dying. JDG, everyone escapes.
Oriana, maybe the next time you get something better, but it comes at such a high cost. And look at Gala's inventory. Kraken Slayer into those Fiend Hunter bolts is such a disgusting 2-item spike for you, Nara.
And JDG have just powered.
Either way, back to live we look. Crab's going down. Dragon has spawned. It will be the second dragon only for JDG, who have not managed to stack that too fully, but 369 caught on rotation is not having a great time. The Deadly Flourish stop Xiaoshu briefly, but a command attack and dissonance ensures that Cassante, with only armor and inventory, does not survive versus this Giga-fed Oriana.
What has this offseason done to the top esports I know and love? What has it done to them? Top esports, our world's representatives, made it to world's quarterfinals, world's semifinals.
Curdled.
That's, yeah, Cream looking a little bit curdled here. JDG very much feeling a bit intolerant of the Cream today.
Flash, unstoppable force, says Vampire with the Pop Blossom.
Beautiful.
And JDG make it look easy. They get the kill, they get to force the rest of Top Esports, where they are lucky, Top Esports, that it was only the one that died there.
Top Esports, almost 10,000 gold down. Folks, at this point, IBFF, please leave.
Again, it is old school combos. Malphite Oriana is nearly as old as League of Legends.
True.
Like this combo's been around for a while,
Xiaoshu.
guy. Indeed, Xiaoshu having a bit of a trade here with 369. Decent chunk back. Got 2 items finally, but Xiaoshu with a wonderful slide out of the Untofo strikes and breaks the ankles of veteran legend of the top lane.
Flashes guys. Not only is this a 3-item Malphite, guys, it's a mosquito gym. Jachi has rapid fire cannon collector. He does actual 0 damage to this guy. Well, they ping onto Honku.
Okay, Honku might not enjoy that as much. We'll go golden. Shockwaves on top of himself, a little bit of a sombrero. And unfortunately, they come along to dance, and Yunara says, yeah, eat an Arc of Ruin and some Fiend Hunter bolts and die.
They catch out Honku. He still managed to get away with the... oh my god, there's no ult on Nio with it. He's probably dead. Nio's probably dead. He might end up smiting away the blue buff. That'll be the best of it. Honku's going to keep them away from this. Jachi caught up by a root. They're still on the Baron.
Honku's just trading with Nio and saying, yeah, I don't think you win this. Decent amount of Omnivamp back. Actually, now he's in danger. Doesn't have the Zonies or the flash. Oh, wind up. Uses the balls on top of his head to get the W off. Jachi on the top side. Xiaoshu just about to range for the top, and it's the barrier. Is it enough? It is BM. Let the ult tick you down. Nah, that's not fair.
Honku, awesome sidestep. He sidestepped out that Ambessa Q2 to win out the 1v1. Melee range of the fighting, diving duelist. 18 Magi stacks as well. Dragon's available, not that they
TP
need
behind.
it, really. There's a teleport behind, double even.
Look for it, don't blame him.
They're working over a ward, so the flank will fail.
I appreciate the look in, but it's just not as simple as that, is it? Garlet still safe, Honku still safe. Junja does not take damage.
Vampire's there too.
He's
They
walking
have
at him.
everyone available. There's no inner turret for them to walk towards. Some damage coming through. Flash away. A little bit afraid, I suppose, of Cream
Nearly
starting
cast
to get some damage down. While all this is happening, Xiaoshu pushing mid lane, taking plates.
More like Xiao Boot at this point, to the face.
Ah. It's very clever, Sam. There's a good fight there. Oh my god!
Well, don't even need to pair them up by putting the ball on top of the Malphite sometimes. Yunara with the triple. Gala, the Prince of Pentas, he's gonna get one in his first game of the LPL in 2026. New Age JDG, same old Gala.
Prince of Pences, welcome to JDG. Gala goes 10-0 on the Yunara as top esports are blasted. Almost a kill a minute, and almost all of them are JDGs.
That Cream has always been a wonderful melee assassin player. It was always his always been his specialty. Kind of moved more towards control mages over the years, but it kind of lost a bit of
One
his.
of the reasons why in the past Essence Reaver was a big thing on the Misfortune. Hang on, Flash forwards, gonna get a punt back. They do.
Not bad from Vampire. Getting the additional flash from Jachu. Did not enjoy that. Tried to tank up the turret. Just can't quite secure the kill though.
Cream potentially. Oh, hits the E. Does he have the kill combo?
It's bloody close, and he does! Cream gets the kill. Junja is here, flash, flag and drag, but unfortunately for him, there's a few more flashes to work with. Now he's in a 1v2. Can Cream find an angle back in? No, can't quite wind his way around the wave.
There was a chance of him going in for a W there, actually, and getting the heal. Hang on a second. Teleports come through. Honkyu, I don't think he'll have kill angle. It's
too slow.
That hop away.
Done. Over we go. Junja wanted to fight over this. There's a ward that they're on, so they know there's 3 people here. How aggressive do they want to play this? Flag drag steals the camp. He's going to play this
That's
one
too
around.
far. I think that's
quite
too far. No
deep, yeah.
flash. He just died for a Grom. Junja, that is well too far. Kill goes over to Jachi, I suppose. Yeah, it goes over to Jachi. And the early game looking much better for top esports. Well, he had a good start last time. Potential fight here. Junja no flash again, remember?
Cream's got level 6. Hijack available.
And we have a black screen as well, so when we come back into live, we're going to jump forwards. I wonder whether we're going to jump right into the middle of the fight. We're going to get a flip forward.
Oh!
People are dying all over the place.
The stumble between worlds, it's all a bit of a jump scare. Cream low, but not down. Looks to try and heal Gala, though. He's got a lot of HP to work with, and that means Jachi goes down. Honkyu can't find more. Ends up being a 2 for 1.
Let's deduce what happened. Yes, 2 for 1. Dragon went over to top them out, 4 of them out in the duration of the Alistair ultimate. Cream getting all that gold is a problem for JDG. If this Silas gets off the ground in this game, this guy can solo carry. Oh, there's an ult from Gala here.
Junja also's got one to work with. He's going to force the flash, but there's a bullet time after. Jachi is a very dead Varus.
The flash doesn't save him, and now he has to play as a flashless Varus versus this combo later into the game.
Problem. Become a skier.
Yeah, do a slide. Well, you don't just bomb it down, son.
I mean, I do, and then I, end up waking in a foreign fancy
still doesn't have flash. That's a problem. And yeah, the stream's gone blank because it is yeah. You can't watch this, folks. It's there's an age rating on this one. Jachi goes down, easy kill. The flashless Varus cannot play this game.
We'll show you when
they started up again. Yes, they do. That'll be second dragon for top esports.
Not too much contest there. A bit hard to really go much.
Yes,
mistakes happening. Cream actually locking the Silas, backing himself.
See, I just don't get why. Look, hang on, he's jumping in with a between worlds. Potential huge fight in mid lane. Vampire pops his own ultimate to try and disengage. Zenith Blade misses.
Flash for that Shield of Daybreak. That's the Zenith Blade and the Solar Flare that leaves a very roasted bunny rabbit in mid lane.
This is why the game is more even. Mid lane is not just a dominant point of power for JDG. In this second game, he's got that Proto Belt first item. And yeah, I just don't get why over the years they haven't used more melees for Cream. They tried to put him on mage duty, and sure, he's learned it, but that's not really where he wants to be. Shaq doesn't really want to be here either. Trying to outplay.
Cream just gets another. Now he's 4 dead in the world. Honky comes over, looks for a weirding. Really get that much more there. I'm not going to lie. Cream 4-0, happy to trade his life for Fengu. At least Gala does get that bot side turret.
Yeah, Gala getting the upcoming fights.
Get to Rift make it. A little 16. Just a couple more levels, a bit of ability haste. Maybe you can cycle through a few more of those ultimates in a fight. Of course, the hijack does start hitting some pretty nasty break points. Fight though, as Nayo somewhat caught out, actually. Nio left very deep, and he's going to potentially die here. Tries to turn it around, gets out of the Cataclysm, and that's actually the Dark Procession. I do apologize. Baited by the skin of 369. Now Junja's here, and a little too deep as Jachi. Oh, the flash! Flashes away. Hail of Arrows slow, Chains of Corruption buffing through, but where does Junja go? I'm trying to get ready for that last arrow. Can he escape? I don't think there's anywhere for him to go. Bob and weave into a grave. That was a hole he jocked into. Gala, though, was taking the opportunity to take a lot of plates mid.
Gala is literally just sat there going, guys, why are you dying? Is he just taking...
It started with the Cataclysm, then the Dark Procession was put inside the Cataclysm, the Cataclysm faded out, and so I was like, that's why I got it wrong.
That checks out. That checks out. Dragon is alive would be early soul point for top esports. Reminder though, JDG have really been winning the fights. Vampire has...
Vampire?
He's got a combo.
Onto Nio, who's left very deep and is going to go down this time around. No escape allowed. Thank you, Adept at about 10% HP. The Chains of Corruption go well wide, and Gala gets another. This misfortune has been so good from Gala, with a little assist from the rest of the squad.
Gala is 100% player of the series, folks. 100%. Fantastic game one to be the solo character of esports.
He can do it.
He can with this kind of draft, but this is no longer the team which has, Jaculov on it. Kanavi can carry out of the abyss sometimes.
Flag drag, Fangyue left a little low. Honkyu beginning to cycle through some of those Spirit Abjuration autos. Cream with the stolen Alistair ult. He's so damn tanky. The bullet time flies across the backline. Fangyue left low. Junja helps secure the kill onto Nio. Cream has got HP, but no teammates.
2 dead. 2 dead. Even with Cream going in with the Alistair ultimate, he can't stick around and do everything. The Alistair ult only lasts so long, and this is a Baron pretty much on spawn. Cream, what have you got? Does he have another ultimate still? No, it's still on cooldown. Jachi might be able to do something with an arrow, but even then, that feels a little bit hard to do.
He's still not got a transformed Muramani. He's stuck at the base item. He just doesn't do quite enough, but even then, it's enough threat for them to be forced away.
So top esports will be able to stop that Baron going down. JDG rightfully looked at it.
Conqueror, Martial Cadence is a hell of a lot of healing there.
369 in the side lane. He does have flash, uses that Dark Procession. Jump out of it though.
Indeed, and this time around you can see why they're so damn similar. Either way, you go from one big crater in the ground to another one.
That was sick. That was sick from Junja, because he was going to get blocked by the Dark Procession, so he just ults over it. He'd already used his flag drag. That's the way he's got to cross the boundary there. Great play from Junja.
And of course, he can just add a double shot glass. You're getting 2 now.
True. It's like the bloke over there with his... Yes, Junja's going to be back up. Xiaoshu's still down.
This gets to be interesting. It does feel like the team fights have been JDG's playground. The individual picks a little bit more mixed.
Hang on, Fangyue's quad. He doesn't have flash. Dying for wards.
Had the team around, but not really in a position to help him. What does a Varus and a Vide?
Quickly will he... Wow. Okay, yeah, he'll take down immediate 2 plates. Almost a third as well. I mean, Riot did set out to say split pushing can be a win condition. That's half a turret with a couple of autos.
Trouble here. Still at 1 item.
Does he want to go for the fight? Does he want to go for the fight? I actually think he can go for this now. The W's been used. Honky waiting for his next cooldowns. The slow did land onto him. I think Honky...
here.
I think he can outplay this now. Now Junja's here.
The Ghouls revealed 369. They go between worlds, knock him up, and unfortunately for 369, for all he's damn scary, the last right's healing's just not enough. Gala, the Fed member, has donated another kill.
Look, you see the logic. Wow, he just used all of his cooldowns. Surely we can do something there. Still had the W for a bit of mobility, and he was just behind on the map. Seemed a bit desperate there, trying to find an individual play, but falls down to the team play of JDG. And 369, who was trying to get that side lane advantage, now actually just digs himself a bit of a hole.
Nio now potentially looking to run at Honkyu, who's going to try and TP out. Flash does get the interrupt finally with the season desist, and Honkyu will fall.
It takes, like, another 3 members, a couple of, like, an ult and a flash to do it, but he does end up dying eventually. Vampire in the river, basically just being a human ward there, the good old battle ward. I don't think they can. I think it would be very dumb to do a Baron in front of a Misfortune when you don't have the Vi ult to cancel it. I think that would be quite not... Oh my...
Yeah, that one's a bit dicey. Jagal needs to run away, just get caught between the stolen between worlds. Cat the knock up comes on through, but the bullet time equalizer combo! Eat the Cataclysm! Cream flashes in, his head butted away! Vampire with the beautiful defense of his AD carry! Gala survives, JDG win the team fights. They're just better as a team right now.
Top esports get an impromptu invitation to the barbecue, and yeah, they weren't prepared for it. They didn't have their potato salad. They offer up their
Very
heads.
well.
Saves his AD carry, but also on the other side, Cream is very much Atlas in this equation of Greek mythology. He's trying to hold up the whole damn sky, and there's only so much he can do. He is the one blip of gold advantage for top esports. This game is not on Cream. He has tried his best.
He is the only person with anything resembling a positive KDA right now. 0-3-2, 1-5-4, 2-4-1, 0-5-4.
0-3, 2-4, 1-5. Nice game, Nice game,
Nice game! It's not!
No, it's not. Vampire is still alive right now. The bullet time lasts for forever. It's a bullet minute rather than a bullet second. And top esports, well, they're all out of time.
Gala can just keep strutting at him, gives himself a little bit more of those love tap empowered autos and struts all over their faces. Cream stands in the base and holds the line best he can, steals the unbreakable will, and your
Cream.
will is maybe unbreakable. Your body, however, can very much be broken.
trying! He's trying!
Oh, he's got
Cream! No!
He's the cream of the crop, but the crop has been a little anemic. Not enough fertilizer this time around as JDG salt the earth, burn the buildings, and will win the series 2-0.
Oh, Cream, it's not on him. JDG were just far superior as a team today. 2-0 on the day. JDG bombed out in Demacia Cup, but oh god, they're back for LPL proper.
That was pretty much a statement.